I was just wondering what you're going to give me because I got a movie from David Hewlett last year and a hug from Paul McGillian.
What I'm gonna... You want a dollar bill? Action figure? I'm happy to give you a hug and a kiss.
There you go.
Work your way up through the sweaty gaggle of men over there and, you know. Anyway, so I hope I answered the politics question. It's kind of weird. Yeah, it's interesting. It's kind of cool. Hi, how are you? Oh, wait, watch this. Ready? Oh. Thanks for coming. All right. Oh yeah.
Okay,
All right.
so
yeah. You see how good that was?
Let's get some actual questions.
Oh, we have a question. Good.
Hi, I was wondering who was your favorite race?
Who? What?
Who was your favorite race?
Oh, absolutely, Chris Heyerdahl. For Chris. Here's Chris. Here's like this amazing actor. He's like a powerful actor. And all we did is stick makeup on him. And the poor guy had to come in at like 4 in the morning to get this stuff done to him. And I was like, why don't we use him for a real role? But he managed to get many of those, and he will continue to do so. But it was fun. He played every major race that we had. And yeah, so he's great. Andy's great, too. Yeah. She's a lot better looking than Chris. Who's next there?
Down the front, I think we've got a question.
Oh.
Hi, Joe.
Hello.
Welcome to Melbourne. And my question is, how is it working with Chris Heyerdahl?
Oh, well, interesting question. Since we were just talking about that. Chris was hilarious because he's very patient. He's much more patient than I am. And what was funny is that Chris and I remember I would have long, pretty serious conversations with Chris. And then I'd stop and I'd be like, talking to a goddamn alien, this gotta be weird. I mean, literally. Having a serious conversation with a guy who looks like an alien is funny. I guess you have to be there.
We've got one up here for you.
All right.
Hi.
Hello.
This is a question I'm sure you've heard before,
Okay.
but how do you get your hair to stick up like that?
Ah. It's like the secret formula for the Krabby Patty. I have calyx all over the place. See, you know, there's this guy, Paul, what's his name? McGillian, whatever, something like that. I don't know. Worked on the show once, who uses a lot of product. In fact, I think he has a separate suitcase just filled with products. I, on the other hand, I have a very unruly hair. And I actually got in trouble in school once. I mean, the dean for our school brought me in once and combed my hair down. He was just so mad. He thought it was an act of insubordination or something. But the shorter you cut it, too, the more it would stick up. And he tried combing it down, and it just wouldn't work. And it also had, it's caused a few problems on a number of productions where they want me to be super clean cut. You can cut my hair really short, or you can grow it really long, but pretty much anything in between, it's gonna tweak out. And we introduced, I believe, an industrial strength polymer called Gafquat. That's what we tried to use for a TV show. I don't remember the name of the TV show was. What? Oh, Providence, you're right. God, good. And they were so frustrated, they were in there, they had me even come in early, and they had like 14 layers of like industrial strength polymer. My head felt like a surfboard. It was like, and sure enough, man, you get to shoot, and boop, boop, boop. And it drove them crazy. And thank God I was in a production the last 5 years where we just worked with it. It's a lot easier when you just work with it. And in fact, for those of you that are going to do TV shows in the future, when they go to do your hair and makeup, make sure that it's the lowest maintenance you can do. These are little things that happen, by the way, that are very funny, that a lot of actors don't think about. And then you say, well, 100 episodes later, I shouldn't have worn a wig. Because then you have to be in 2 hours early every day for work for the next 5 years. Add that up, they just stole a chunk of your life. And so I would stroll in 15 minutes before shooting and be like, got my gun? Let's shoot. And Jason, on the other hand, who decided to cut his hair and hiatus, had to come in early every day to get a wig. So I was laughing. And then he had to stay longer afterwards to get the wig taken out. So there. Who's next?
G'day, Joe. Mate, thanks for making a wonderful series. I've really enjoyed it. I can say that for a lot of other people here. When it comes to science fiction, how do you feel about life in the cosmos? Are we alone?
About who?
Life in the cosmos. Are we alone?
Oh, ooh, heavy. Well, it's funny you ask me. It's a question my kid asks all the time. It's a question that you can just ponder forever. I think that my feeling about there's two elements to that question. One is the real question: is there life out there? I personally think statistically there has to be some form of life. With those numbers, statistically there has to be some form of life. The other question is the metaphoric kind of aspect of science fiction. And the one thing that I think is so powerful about science fiction, the reason we have such a loyal fan base for science fiction, is that they've managed to, in one genre, really harness the entire collective aspirations of almost every culture on the planet. Every culture on the planet can relate to A, traveling and discovering, and B, being united in the process of doing that. And so I think all these cultures just connect immediately to science fiction and those aspects of it, and particularly like a show like ours, where it travels well all over the world. It doesn't require a lot of cultural translations. A, action, everybody gets action, and B, every culture from like, the Kikuyu to, Jason's tribe, whoever that is, all want to reach out and explore the cosmos. So I know there's life out there. And once you meet the rest of my family, you'll know why.